I have a Honda EU3000 that smoked when I used it today. It started fine and ran quiet, both with the eco feature on and off. However, after it experienced a heavy load, the generator began putting out lots of white or gray smoke. I shut it down momentarily and then restarted it. It smoked initially on startup and then the smoke dissipated and it ran normally at idle. However, the problem repeated upon the generator taking another load. Is there anything I can easily check myself before taking it in for service? If it does need service, this isn't the kind of fix I'd attempt on my own. However, I've found over the years that it's good to have some idea of what might be going on in order to make sure the repaid shops don't take advantage of an uninformed consumer. What would cause this intermittent smoking issue, and what range of costs should I prepare for at the repair facility?
Hi, I'm Wayne. I will try to help you with this. Gas or diesel? What color smoke?
Gas. White, maybe light gray smoke. Not black. Is it that simple? I happen to have an ultrasonic cleaner that I use to maintain all my other 4-cycle carbs. I think this one would be just a tad more complicated because of the electric motor that sits on top of the carb, but it looks like that comes off easily enough, as long as I do it inside and don't lose the spring. Would an ultrasonic cleaning be a good idea, or is the seafoam idea just as good and easier? Assuming I use the seafoam, do I understand correctly that I add just 2 to 3 ounces in a full tank of gas? Lastly, can you explain how a clogged jet is causing the smoke? I could see how a clogged jet would cause the generator to run unevenly or die, but I'm not sure why it causes smoke. And why does the load on the generator prompt this experience?
Hi, I myself never had that ultrasonic machine, so I do not know how that would work. Go with the seafoam, 2 to 3 ounces per quart of gas.
I picked up the seafoam tonight, and I'll try that tomorrow, but something is still bothering me. Isn't white or gray smoke generally associated with oil somehow getting in the cylinder? I got this generator from my father when he no longer used it. I'm not aware of any damage history, but if there was ever any ring damage, I could see how a white smoke condition might arise, and that it might become especially noticeable under a load than at idle.
Morning oil would be bluish smoke. White or gray is over fuel. Under fuel.
I thought I'd circle back to report my outcome. I decided to change the oil prior to running the generator with the fuel treatment. When I drained it, I noticed that the oil seemed thinner than usual, even though I did run it briefly to warm it up. I drained a sample and gave it a nasal appraisal, and sure enough, I could smell gas. Whatever carb condition it had was severe enough that the float pin wasn't doing its job, so the fuel filled up the carb, ran into the intake, and apparently seeped to the oil sump. I refilled the engine with oil to specs, and then I started it again after adding the fuel treatment. It did smoke briefly, but not heavily. The smoking dissipated after a minute or two, and I've been using the fuel valve as my system for shutting the engine down. There's been no new gas getting into the oil, and the generator is running more smoothly without any smoke. I'm going to continue running the fuel treatment over the next week or so, but I'll probably switch out the carburetor on the next warm day we have. I just wanted you to know what the outcome was.
Hi, thank you for that. Yes, gas and oil would do this. Good call on carb replace, better than rebuild.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.